you to another edition of Heart Talk with Adelai Brown. I just wanted to jump on and do a quick little heart check with you, and just see how y'all are doing. Whether you're listening live or on the replay, remember, let me know where you're tuning in from. I want to know where all of our Heart Tribe members are coming in from, because if you are here, you are a member of the Heart Tribe. You are growing heart equity, which we define as personal, relational, and financial wealth that we obtain through authentic living. So I'm out and about in this beautiful city that I live in, Charleston, South Carolina. For anybody who has ever been here or who hasn't, it's just a gorgeous place to be. Um, but I'm getting ready for a training that I have this evening, and I'm doing a coaching session, and we are going through the Heart Cubator. The Heart Cubator is a group coaching program that I have that I take you through the divine heart transplant process, and we take your life from bruised and broken to beautiful and blessed. This is where you go from being feeling stuck to feeling unstoppable. And it's really a refreshing time. And so this particular session we're doing is called "Sis, It's Time to Heal," and it's been very powerful. We're seeing a lot of breakthrough, a lot of shifts, and just God moving in a mighty way in our lives. And um, one of the steps in my 6 step process, which is step 5, it is decision. And so step 5 is decision. So I'll start from the top. The first step is connection. The second step is awareness. The third step is acceptance. The fourth step is forgiveness. The fifth step is decision. The sixth step is to take action. So, step 5 is decision. That's what we're talking about today. And when you make a decision, this is when you choose to cut off all the other options, right? So, good afternoon. Let me know where you're checking in from. So, when we think about going through a divine heart transplant process and we are allowing ourselves to be renewed, to be rejuvenated, right? That's what this process does to you. When we go through this process, you know, how do we break the cycle of not continuously going through the heartache, the pain, the brokenness, the anxiety, the depression? How do we break that cycle? We break that cycle by making a decision. We're not going to always feel like it. You're not going to always feel like you're equipped. You're not going to always see your way through. You're not going to always know that everything out for you. However, you have to make a decision that everything is going to work out. You have to make a decision that you're willing to do whatever it takes so that you can live the life you were created to live. And that's what making a decision is about. Decision is step 5 in my process that I talk about in my book, Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. And you can get that on my website, adelaibrown.com, or Amazon, wherever you find your books. But when we think about making a change in our lives, many times we go through a very similar toxic cycle because we have not made a decision. The decision is step 5, and 5 is the number of grace, right? So I believe that God has given us a grace to make a decision. Many times we are afraid to make a decision. Good afternoon, Milton Evans. Thank you for being here. Where are you checking in from? Many times we are afraid to mess up. We are afraid to get it wrong. What if this doesn't work out? What if I mess up? What if I fall on my face? I'm embarrassed. What if people talk about me? What if this does not work out the way I would like for it to? And so with those what ifs, and we can't move forward and do what it is that we've been called to do. So when you make a decision, I believe, especially in the process where I work through my client with my clients, I believe that making a decision is about walking forward with the grace to cut off all the other options, cut off the foolishness, cut off the brokenness, cut off the fear, cut off the shame, and make a decision for freedom, make a decision for love, make a decision for joy and peace and happiness. Oh, Columbia, Maryland. All right. I know some people um, that lived there before, but I have a lot of family in Maryland, in Baltimore, Maryland. How far are you from Baltimore? So when we think about making a decision, I want you to think about your life right now. Think about a situation that has been weighing heavy on you. I want you to think about a circumstance that just is, you're just being challenged with it being resolved. And I want you to now consider, what would happen if you really drew a line in the sand and made a decision and say, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to move in this direction. I'm going to go, move to that new city. I'm going to say yes to that new position. I'm going to say yes to that proposal. I'm willing to walk away and have that divorce. I'm willing to start this business. I'm willing to end this partnership, right? Wherever you are in your decision making, I just want you to know that you have grace to make that decision. But a lot of times we struggle with making a healthy decision for ourselves because we haven't done step four. And step four in my process is all about forgiveness. So until you're able to forgive yourself and forgive others, then you will be challenged with making a decision that you can stand on. Oh, you're about 45 minutes from Baltimore. Okay. Okay, cool. Something we have in common. We all love blue crabs, right? Well, I can't make that assumption, but I know people in Charleston love crabs. People in Baltimore love crabs. So that just came to mind when I thought about that. But thank you so much for being here, Milton. And I hope you stay. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe and continue to grow heart equity with us and share with others so they can grow with us too. Um, but yeah, so when we think about making a decision, I don't want you. I am 43 years old, Milton. Um, yeah, I don't mind saying my age. I'm pretty proud of it, actually. So when I think about making a decision, I think about the fact that, when I make this decision, I might not like every um, consequence, because consequences aren't always bad or aren't always good. They just are. I might not like every consequence to that decision, but it still doesn't mean I didn't make the right decision for me at that time. Another thing you want to think about when you're making decisions, this is, you're cutting off the other possibilities, so you don't have to worry about being double minded. You don't have to worry about going back and forth. What you want to do is be very intentional about, what do you need right now? What do you need in this season? What is working for you? And how can you maximize that? And many times we are challenged with, um, you know, being able to answer those questions because we haven't done what I talked about previously. We haven't forgiven, right? So I just want to encourage you today. I just wanted to get on and do this video. I hope that you guys were able to hear me because I know that I was driving through a little bit of bad reception. But, my encouragement to you today is, don't be afraid to make a decision. Don't be afraid to do something new. Um, Thank you so much, Milton, and you will live a long life as well. I hope you continue to grow heart equity with us. Um, don't be afraid to make a decision and do something different. Don't be afraid to confront the things that you've been running from. What I realize is, a lot of times people are afraid to deal with their triggers, deal with their feelings, their emotions, because they're afraid of them. They don't know how they're going to act. They're afraid of, quote unquote, coming undone. But I just want to let you know that many times the the most beautiful part of a thing is in the deepest core of a thing. And don't the Bible tells us in Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. And I feel like when we make a decision, that's one of the ways that we guard our hearts, right? That's how we're able to still be open for love, but still protect ourselves from being hurt and manipulated and taken advantage of. So I encourage you, let's all stay connected. If you haven't already, get a copy of my book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. I actually have it online the paperback version. And if you go to my website, you can get the audio version that I recorded myself. So if you prefer audiobooks, you can get it there as well. I love you guys very much. Remember, when you heal your heart, you transform your life and you transform the world. And thank you for being here, Milton, and everybody else that joined us. Y'all have a wonderful day. This is Adelai Brown.